Hello, hello. It's PRX23. You see him right there on the screen. He's back. The daddy himself, Thanos. So, you'll want to know the comparisons between Farmer Thanos and King Thanos. So, let's go into World Boss. We'll take him into Null 69. We've got Ghost Panther for support and basically nobody else. Because I don't have Ronan or who else is up here. Anyway, there's some other support, but I don't have them. So let's not stick to 3 to 2 OP. Let's stick like someone rubbish. Blue Marvel, I suppose he's. Stick Sentry, to be honest. He's worse than Blue Marvel. Well, Cosmic Ghost Rider, I suppose that's pretty bad. Let's go with Cosmic Ghost Rider. It's King Thanos as well. Purely thematic. Love that team. As usual, we'll go with no strikers, because you don't want strikers when you're testing. And we'll see what happens. Null 69. And we've got Old King Thanos. I think it's probably a 3 into the 5 into the 4, isn't it? That looks pretty good. That 4 looks cancelable. Maybe it's 3 into 4 into 5. I think it might be 3 into 4 into 5 actually. 3, 4, 7, 6, 5. Let's try that. That's a decent old chunk of damage, isn't it? Not bad for a stage 69. Do 3, 5, 7, 6, 4. See if that does anything. What's better, the 4 or the 5? It seems like the 5 might be better. You should probably read skills before you test people, but that's just not my style. Go 3, 4, 7, 6, 5. It seemed to do alright. 3, 5, 4. It's not so apparent on the chair phase of Null, but I mean, he's so tanky. If you look at his health bar, it's just literally not going down at all. He's insane. Stage 40. Can he do a full clear on here? I expect he probably can. It's 36 bars. Sorry, not stage 40. 40 bars, you know what I mean. 34, 33, 32. Oh, nice little bit of damage at the end there, actually. We should get him down to the next phase now. It's taken 2 minutes. Not the quickest ever. He's no Ghost Rider. But who is? Doing no damage, obviously. In Null's iframe. No, he's popping off, really. Look at that. There's loads of damage, man. Don't think we'll be able to skip this phase. But I bet he just tanks all of this anyway. It doesn't really matter, does it? I should probably just stand next to him and do damage. Indeed, I should just stand next to him and do damage. Just tank the whole thing. Don't care. Big Thanos. He don't care. Next phase. Pop off down here. He definitely don't have the damage to one-shot that phase. Thanos has never really had that kind of massive burst damage. He's always just been... He's consistent, but the thing he doesn't have to do is kite or run away or worry about iframes or anything. He just stands next to you and does damage consistently. Sort of similar to Hulk, actually surprisingly good in PvE, but he just doesn't need to avoid attacks like other characters do. He can just consistently do damage the whole way through the fight. I'm going on to the 3 cancel 5 cancel 4 here. I think it's just a standard 3-5-4 rotation. Am I still tanking all of this? That's ridiculous. He just tanked the whole thing. I didn't even notice he was doing the attack. We're somehow on the dragon phase without getting to the dragon phase. He's not going to tank the dragons. That's impossible. But we'll just run away. Probably have to switch here. Is this me or is it the red circles are kind of new on the animations? They look lame, in my opinion. Chuck in a bit of 1 and 2. Can he tank this? Yeah, he tanks everything, mate. There's nothing he can't tank. There's Null stage 69 and he just cannot do a single bit of damage. I don't think Thanos has taken any damage yet. This is just absurd. Oh, there you go. He takes like a quarter of a bar and heals straight back up. That's all that happens. This is kind of supposed to be... I know Null got a nerf as well, but, you know, this is sort of supposed to be hard content. It is stage 69. He's just not taking any damage. He can't take damage. You just can't... You can't hit him. We're just a bit short of the clear. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Boom, boom. 6 bars we finished on. I mean, I can't say it's impressive to not clear a stage, but I think that's kind of impressive. 1 support, obviously double support, he clears that. Let's go and swap him into Farmer Thanos uniform and see what he does on the same stage. Bearing in mind I've got legendary uniform on old King Thanos, and yeah, he should have probably cleared that with just a tiny bit of extra damage, even from his mythic uniform. Honestly, he would clear 69 with 1 support. Just to let you know, Ghost Panther has got insight, regular insight, 20%, but it's just a regular insight. So it's not a mighty insight. Thanos clears that. Mythic uni, Thanos clears that. Don't even get me started on PvE build. Of course, he's good. Let's have a look at the build on Thanos, just briefly. Mythic uni. Harvester has just dodge and all death on there, and this guy's got HP and attack speed. You know, I haven't even re-rolled it yet. It's brand new, so nothing special. Neither of them got any PvE stats on their uniform unless attack speed counts as a PvE stat. 50% penetration, regen, 3-star artifact at +9. Spider sense. It's not even a. He doesn't even have a proc on the ISO, man. You know, he's not even rank 5. He's rank 4 as well. Maddie is a striker. Maddie's not even really good. I don't think she's a particularly good striker. He's just mental, really. He's just a bit too strong. Anyway, let's go back in the same content. No strikers. Same stage. Same build. Different uni. I suspect Farmers might actually clear this. 3 into the 5 into the 4. It's kind of looking worse right this second, actually. It's going a bit slow, isn't it? I think with Farmers we need to wait to really pop off with the 7 into the 6, into the 4. And there we go, some bars for sure. Three into the 5 into the 4. 1 into the 2. It don't really matter with Thanos. He's not like a rotation kind of guy. He's more like build kind of guy, damage kind of guy. I mean, his rotation is fairly simplistic on Farmer. Mazes, how's Thanos? Well, we're finding out, aren't we? That's what we're doing, mates. We're finding out whether Thanos is any good. Look at that. They're the bars. They're flying now. 38 bars. 36. 3 into the 5, into the 7, into the 6, into the 4. We should be into the next phase or very close to it. Yeah, we're in the next phase. Look how fast he is, by the way. It's uncommented. Yeah, it's underrated how fast Farmer Thanos is. The guy's got like absurd movement speed. Look at this. He runs around like Iron Man. Three into the 5, into the 7, into the 6, into the 4. Boom, boom, boom. Tank the entire thing. No one cares about your purple attacks. We just tank all of them. Obviously, the Old King does have better survivability, but as you see, even Farmos can just tank basically everything. Just everything that ever happens, he tanks it. Never met an attack he couldn't tank, this guy. He's not doing any damage though, look at that. It's taking forever to get to this phase. So we're going to stand over here, as usual. Same as the other uniform, this guy doesn't have enough damage to one-shot that and skip the thing, so... Kind of nice damage there, 3 bars, but it was kind of nice 3 bars, you know. He's just sort of solid and consistent. Like, he doesn't have this massive burst. He doesn't really need massive burst. He's just tanking everything. Just literally... Oh, he did die. He did actually die. So there you go. There's a difference between Old King and Farmos, because Old King was tanking that. And Farmos did not tank it. So you might have to play slightly defensively. Play defensively seems a bit absurd with a guy who's just literally a tank, but compared to the Old King, I guess you might have to avoid one-shot kills, because you don't even have to avoid them with Old King, I suppose. You know, I mean, it's really like that kind of difference. Like, Farmos might have to step to the left 2 times in the whole fight, where Old King Thanos can probably just stand still for the whole fight. But, you know, it is a kind of... What's the comparison here? Is the guy God tier tank, or is he just like God tier plus tank? It's not really... both these uniforms are just absolutely fine, man. There's really no real stress if you buy one rather than the other, in my opinion. We will finish this fight this time, and you'll see that probably Farmos has slightly quicker damage. We'll take him into ABL as well, because that's where everyone really wants to know the difference, and I'm sure you'll see a massive difference with Farmer in ABL, especially considering I will be taking a regen into ABL. I'm sure you'll definitely see the difference from the base stats there. That was actually a quicker clear than last time. Much more consistent damage this time. But that's just the RNG of world bosses, really. That's not a Thanos thing. Lose a bit of the damage there. Starting the attack before he even landed. Doesn't really matter. 3, 5, 7, 6, 4. Can we actually this time get through the phase before he starts attacking me? Oh no, he's already attacking me. It's just hilarious how this guy can just tank everything. That kills literally every other character in the game. I don't think there's anyone else that can tank it. I mean, like Hulk, when he gets a new uniform, should be able to do the same. I don't think he can even do that on this stage. I don't think he can actually tank at this high of a level. Not like Thanos can. It's just a bit bonkers, really. And bearing in mind, this guy is less tanky than Old King, basically. So like I say, it's really kind of... It's a little bit moot, really, which one of them you choose. I might actually not get killed this time. Switch characters and run away for a moment. Because we do want to finish the fight. do like the thematic thing of using Cosmic Ghost Rider with this particular uniform. Makes perfect sense. Bit tiring. We're just like one half a bar off. Have to wait for all this Null's mechanics. But as you can see, he's going to clear this. An old King Thanos didn't clear it, so even Thanos can't tank that. Let's not pretend he can. He can just tank these puddles though. It's almost fun just to stand in them. Just look at this guy, just tanking. The king of tanking, really. I did do a video a couple of years ago of Thanos clearing World Boss Ultimate simply by standing still, tanking all damage on stage 99 and letting the strikers do things for him. He's that kind of a guy. I mean, again, there's no point not to attack here. Is Null going to one-shot me by reflecting? I don't think so. Now, the interesting thing is, does he actually have the damage to clear this part? Can he do it quick enough? Yes, because we're on 3 bars already. Not the correct rotation, doesn't matter, I just want to get it done. So he cleared with 41 seconds remaining, and Old King was sort of about 10 seconds off the clear. So it's about a 55-second difference. Not bad. Let's see if we can take him into an actually difficult world boss and see how he can do on Kang. Have I got any stages he can do? Alien, that'll do, won't it? Let's take him into Kang stage 19. We'll do Pharmos. Oh, he's strangely enough not part of my team because he wasn't a very good clear before. I don't think I've got any support apart from Proxima. So it'll be Proxima, that's fine. Let's get rid of the strikers. You know, he's got Valkyrie. You can't really go wrong, can you? Need 2 support when you've got the best support in the game. Really? Not necessarily, no. So we go on Kang the Time Waster. It was incredibly tiresome stage mechanics. You can see the damage is really snail compared to Null. Not sure he'll actually clear this, to be honest. It's a little bit above his pay grade with a regen. But we'll see. We'll see what he can do, and then we'll see what Old King Thanos can do. If they don't clear, we can have a kind of comparison of their levels anyway. I'm not sure if even Thanos can tank that one. That's a lot of damage. But because they're all basically separate hits rather than one big hit, he probably does. Because he will register the hits individually, and as soon as Thanos gets hit, he heals, basically. You really have to just one-shot him. You can't chip at him. You give him a single chance to revive or hit. Well, specifically not revive, but he didn't even take any damage from that. That kills half my characters. But yeah, if you give him any chance to heal up after an attack, then he basically can't die. All you could do is take off his entire life in one shot, and seems to be above Null's, Kang's capabilities right now. So a minute and a half is a little bit slow to get to the second phase. I prefer to do that within the first minute at the latest, but we got a bit lucky here with the stage. It's the best one, so that's nice. Obviously, it does make it a bit hard to do a comparison as well because that took 10 seconds. So if we get like sort of wander stage next time, it'd be a bit hard to make the comparison, but there we go. We can try and take that into account when we see their final clear times. I'll tell you what, he's really popping off some damage here, isn't he? It's actually quite impressive. Stage 19, Kang is not exactly easy. You know, he's just got so much def and so much HP. It's not at all easy to do this much damage as Thanos is doing, actually. It's quite impressive. Especially with the PvP build, you know. It's a lot of damage. I mean, he's just knocking off bars. Look at that. Like 5 bars with a regular rotation. It's pretty good. He's just a good character. He's definitely clearing, isn't he? We're almost at 8 bars. We've got 2 minutes left. This is good because I think it means old King Thanos will clear as well, and we can get a little bit of a good comparison for their clear times. Down to 6 bars. Oops. He kind of came out of his iframe and let me knock off bars from his final stage, man. Thanos is just pounding this guy. Who told you were going to replace me as the main MCU villain? He says. I've obviously got way more skills than you. So that was a 3-minute 27 clear. Call it 3.5. And then we'll once again swap the uni, and we'll go back into that with old King Thanos and see what he can do. No strikers again. So 3.5 minutes is the time to beat. Let's see how he does. I'll tell you what, he's got great like sort of target finding on his 3 and 5. The old Thanos uniform was actually quite good at losing targeting. This guy is just jumping across the room straight into you. We're sticking with the 3 cancel 5 cancel 4 for now. I think that seems to be working out best for me. Not really sure what any of his skills do. I have read through it, but I can't remember. Didn't stick in my head. Oh, he took some damage. Look, he took like half a bar of damage. I think he could have tanked that, actually. 3 cancel 5 cancel 4. Really no damage there. Was it like 1/8 of a bar? It's awful. That's a bit better with the tier 4. Did a sort of a little bit. He's definitely not knocking off bars like Farmos does, is he? The Farmer Thanos is clearly the superior PvP option. Even if you are like a pure PvE player, like World Boss or AB focused, I would strongly recommend against thinking that the Farmer is better and then this one is just on Earth. The survivability, it might not be really apparent here, but it's significantly better. So obviously he will have more value in PvP, but considering both of them basically have the damage, neither of them is like, you know, sort of silly level damage. Neither of them is just one-shotting everything. I kind of feel like survivability is not a bad thing, even for PvE, to be honest. Like, I've always found him really good in PvE with a regen because he just can't die, and that really has a lot of value, actually, to be honest. It saves you restarting, it saves you, you know, doing second, third runs. It's good. It's nothing to knock. We got the easy phase again, so nice sort of like 10-15 second clear anyway. Doesn't really affect the timing. We can just take it exactly on the timer. Um, 29 bars, 28 bars. He's sort of struggling a bit, but not. It's not a real struggle. He's just kind of doesn't take damage too well, you know. He's kind of got a lot of just some kind of mitigation at this high level. He just always feels like you're wading in molasses. You never really feel like you're doing those kind of meta level 5-10 bar takedowns, even when you are doing them. There's something about him that feels slow and like you're fighting your way through a wall, you know. But nevertheless, we are getting there. We're down to 20 bars. Will he finish the entire stage? Not totally sure. But I believe he can. He's cutting a bit fine, isn't he? He needs to kind of do some damage, and not just kind of not do damage, basically. Just tank everything, my guy. Come on. He really is tanking everything. I mean, beyond the Black Swan, this is like the highest world boss in the game. He's not going to make it all the way, is he? He's going to drop off like he did in Null. He's going to end up at about 6 bars at the end. But that's okay. Yeah, he's never going to make it. He is going to get almost exactly to 6 bars, isn't he? Yep, 6 bars. So, further proof basically that the farmer uniform is superior for PvE. It's probably enough world boss testing. You got a point. They're both massively OP. One of them has slightly more damage. One of them has slightly more survivability. But do take into account that both those things are valuable in world boss. I can clear stages with Hulk that he really shouldn't be clearing in terms of his damage because he has the survivability, so he can just stand there next to the boss dealing damage the whole way through the fight. No kiting, no avoiding attacks, nothing, just pure damage all the time. And that is actually important because you've only got 5 minutes to clear the fight, right? If you can spend the whole 5 minutes doing damage, you can push to the same level as guys who can do damage but have to kite a little bit. So let's take him into Otherworld. I've given a kind of rubbish team, basically. I've avoided, like, Maddie, or whatever. This is a very similar team to mine. Let's put him in against basically non-meta, but with Maddie involved, and see how he does against Maddie. I'll be horrified if he can't kill a sentry. By the way, if see, he died. I was going to say, if Thanos does end up being shockingly meta and he's getting in your way, Ghost Rider is your friend. his increased damage to villains is just something else in PvP. And because he's got that 1%, it's not like Thanos can one-shot him. So, you know, that's Gwen killing Maddie, by the way. Just so good. So yeah, it did okay there. It's Otherworld's a little bit hard to see what he's doing and what everyone else is doing, and obviously there's no point to put him solo because you don't really play Otherworld solo. But we'll do another fight, see how it comes up. Maybe I should get rid of Hulk. Hulk's doing a bit of damage, I suppose. I kind of want to leave him where it's just Thanos carrying this, but it's a little bit hard to figure out what team you'd use. Hela and Carnage, honestly, really top Otherworld meta, both of them. And they did, in fact, kill Thanos. So, yeah, not a good look for Thanos there. To die to a Hela at tier 3. Not really, don't think he can tank his way through life. He can tank his way through world boss, but maybe not through PvP content. We'll do another Otherworld run. Try to avoid Ghost Rider because I think Ghost Rider is basically the counter for him. Well, it's a tier 3. We'll do a tier 3 Ghost Rider. See what Thanos is saying. What are you saying, Thanos? Are you going to kill everyone? Going to kill everyone on the screen? No, I don't think so. Because my Hulk's killing everyone. Don't think Thanos is doing much here, actually. Until he just killed everyone on the screen simultaneously. Yeah, he's not bad. He's pretty good. He's pretty good. He's just got the tankiness that he had before, like times 10. It's kind of mad how tanky he actually is. We'll do a bit of timeline, I suppose. Take him into timeline, see what he can do there. We've got Maddie as the striker. That's good. She can basically tank everything and die, and we can go for Thanos. Let's go for like a mid-level Adam, Logan, Surfer team. Sounds dangerous. Be honest, it doesn't sound like Thanos' dream team. All the meta in the game. Surfer sort of failing to kill Maddie as usual. Let's go to Thanos now. 3 into the 4. I'm not sure what his timeline rotation is. But he did take out Surfer, that's for sure. The good thing with him, I think he's not really vulnerable to reflect because he doesn't do like huge burst, and he doesn't have lingering damage where it can outperform his buffs. He's got no chance against Logan there. So yeah, I mean, I think he doesn't do that kind of thing like Jean where she just leaves flames all over the screen. So once her death and HP buffs and steel and whatever else disappear, she's still taking reflect damage because she's still dealing damage. Thanos doesn't really have that problem. He kind of doesn't deal any great huge amount of damage at any one time, so it's hard to reflect him to death based off of that damage, especially because his death and HP and stuff are so high. And then again, he is very, very tanky. So like Surfer, where he's reflecting, say, 60% of your damage, Thanos might be able to tank that. Because he is just a very, very, very tanky boy, really. Let's try 1 into the 2, 3, just anything that's off cooldown. He got annihilated. I mean, timeline is manual as well. I would probably need to figure out how to actually play him in timeline to give any real decent testing there. He seems okay. He still doesn't have a revive. He still doesn't have a 1%. I can't really see him being meta in timeline. I mean, look at the other guys here. Surfer, Adam, Jean. You've also got Logans running around. Thanos is like a Spidey level maybe, where he's meta when these guys are restricted. I don't really see him being top 3 in timeline, to be honest. Um, he's just lacking the revive, and having 6 lives rather than 3 in timeline is just invaluable. I don't really see him honestly taking his place back in timeline meta properly unless he ever gets a revive or 1%. I just don't really see him in that mode. Can't play AC right now, but you've got to assume he's going to just be monstrous in AC. Kind of okay in Otherworld, kind of okay in Timeline. I'm going to say if you're really like into Thanos and you're looking for the more PvP uni kind of thing, I'm not 100% it's worth sacrificing his like attack stats for the PvP value, because he's just always been a tank and now he's a tankier tank. You know, he didn't really gain any skills for PvP or anything. He just got a bit better at what he already did. And it does seem that he actually lost something in PvE. So I can't say for sure if you were going to buy one uni, it should be the farmer, but I can't really say that that's not what you should do, actually. It might well be what you should do. Especially if you're into AB, which I know is probably what everyone wants to see. What have we got today? We had him yesterday, didn't we? Universal Villain. Let's try Universal Villain ABX. Self-lead support can be what? I don't know, Proxima and Ronan. That's awful. Alright, we'll do that, because that's what's available. Sounds terrible to me. And let's see what he scores. Bearing in mind, I don't really know his rotation. Like, I kind of know Farmer's rotation, so might be a bit off. But I think it's just 3 cancel, 5 cancel 4, like I was doing earlier. I don't think there's anything super special. In fact, it's basically the same rotation as Farmer, to be honest. He's really got something else going on there with his targeting, like compared to Farmer. It's massive. 7 into 6 into 3 into 5 into 4. I don't think that's a good rotation. I don't think that's how you're supposed to do this. But we'll just do a bit spammy, see what he scores, you know. He's kind of getting on to 2 million already, which is alright. AB players just looking at like how many skills I'm leaving on cooldown for so many seconds. I'm thinking this is not a good test. I get that, but it would also be me with my lack of skills playing the farmer uniform, so it'll be a fair comparison, don't worry. I mean, he's on 3-5, you know. It's not bad. It's not really good, to be honest, but... Oh, I've totally failed to cancel, have I? I've completely failed to cancel. Oh well. Not going to be a great comparison then if Farmer does get a cancel. But anyway, we're on, 4.5. It's not bad. Sort of kind of blindly half guessing the rotation, really. Not totally sure what you do with this guy yet. 6 already seems kind of decent. There's a minute left, It's not amazing, but it's pretty good for a PvP build, I think. And I have no idea where the cancel is on that skill. It's really not happening for me. Well, this can just be a no cancel run then, hopefully. I'll play equally badly with Farmers, so we won't get any cancels there either. I feel like, was he not a bit AB meta though? Does he not have like a bunch of cancels on all his skills? We shall find out when we rerun this match. We're on 8 million. 8 million's not bad, Can we get a cancel? No, still no cancel. I have no idea where the cancel is on that 3. I think I might be doing it a bit early. I think it might be around the start. So we're on 8-4. 10 seconds left. We're going to hit about 8-5. Wow, we didn't hit 8-5 actually. 8-4-9-8. Come on. Alright, so 8-5. 8-5 with old king. And no cancels. Are you kidding me? We have the internet, guys. Let's not be silly. What was that? Come on. Sorry for my internet failing. But anyway, we'll go back to Farmer Thanos. I'm not challenging the record. We're doing training mode. And we'll do the same team, right? Proxima and Ronan. Shockingly meta support team we've got here. I do know this guy's rotation a bit better, so that is actually an issue, you know, but we shall see. 3 into the 5 into the 4, bada boom. 3 into the 5 into the 4 again. 7 into the 6 into the 3 into the 5 into the 4. It's quite a significantly better amount of damage for Alliance, isn't it, really? 3 into the 5 into the 4. Throw the 2 and the 1 in there. Do the 3 again. 7 into the 6 into the 5 into the 4. That's not a good rotation with Thanos, by the way. This is pretty... I'm playing quite badly. I don't think you ever do 7 cancel 6 4. I don't think that's very good. But, you know. Come on, guys. He's already on 5 million. I think he's significantly better than Old Man, isn't he? I'm sort of going to deliberately avoid the cancel so we can get a fair comparison. The cancel was very easy with a farmer as well. So, bearing in mind, I'm also nerfing myself a little bit by deliberately avoiding the cancel. I'm actually like not doing damage for a couple of seconds, which is huge in AB. You just want to be doing damage all the time, don't you? So we're at 7-5 now with a minute and a half remaining, and Old Man got 8-5. I mean, I could pause it here and we'd already know. You know, it's pretty obvious. So we're basically at where Old Man Thanos got to, losing some damage to avoid doing a counter. There's a minute left. We're at where Old Man was. So we've got one entire extra minute to do damage. Bearing in mind I've deliberately fluffed the cancels because I failed them with the last one, but if you were getting the cancels as well, he's probably already on 10, you know? Yeah, it's a massive difference in Alliance Battle, I have to say. We're at 9 here. 9-1-6. 9-2. 9-3. 9-4. So one of them got 8-5 and one of them got 9-5. That's massive in ABX. That's an entire million difference. Yeah, there's no comparison. Farmer is significantly better for PvE. Significantly. Let's do one more training mode. We'll take them into ABL, and then I think we'll call it a day. Blast for the mail. Universal mail. Still don't really have any supports. Don't think we can use Richard Rider. He's heroes only. Oh no, he's Ronan again. God, he's useless. Shout out to the guys on the Discord for pointing out to me that Ronan has a 20% ignore dodge. I did not know that. Fully took damage from that whole dash. Terrible, terrible. Thanos is a tank, but he really loves to just face you head on and just take all the damage. Is that a good thing? Can be a good thing in World Boss. Not sure it's a good thing in ABL. Does he have a cancel on here? He does, good. It's a little bit delayed, but yeah, it's fine. He's not doing great damage. You sort of don't expect him to do great damage in ABL when I've got a regen on him, but you know. And of course, I'm just taking an unbelievable amount of damage as well and losing a bunch of points, but that's fine. It's really just a comparison between the two uniforms, so if I play equally badly with both, it doesn't really matter. Somehow collected everything by just standing still, so that's good. Because that is Thanos' playstyle, just standing still. So it's good that he got all the Odin's power from doing that. Oh man, like 1.25. This is really a bad score. This is the kind of score that make you build Loki. Am I right, guys? No, don't build Loki. Just put a rage on him. Just tanking everything, even though it's probably not really the way to go. 3, 5, 7, 6, 2, 1, 4. That's not really a rotation. It's fine. 1, 3, 5, 4. He's going to do like 2.4, isn't he, at the end of this fight? It's not very good. This is not a particularly good Thanos run either, but doesn't really matter. We just want to see how it stacks up in comparison. Oh my god, he is just literally standing still. The game knows Thanos doesn't move. You don't. Thanos don't move. You come to Thanos. The game just drops the Odin's blessings on his head. 2.1. Might have been optimistic with 2.4. We might go to 2.3. We might go to 2.2. Goodness me. We go 2.2. 2.2, that's alright. And now we go with, we got to go and change the uniform again. And we'll go back into ABL with this terrible guy in his terrible uniform. So Universal Mail, and we do Ronan and Ghost Panther again. And we've got to see if we can beat 2.2. Spoiler alert, I think he's going to come in at about 1.8. Shocker. Don't tell me you missed the Odin's Blessings. How's this guy got such fast animations? What are they called? Odin's Might, sorry. That's barely the start to an ABL run. That's one of the worst ABL runs I've ever seen. It doesn't matter. We're not going to do 10 runs with him. We're not optimizing. We're just getting an average. Oh, where's my cancels? What? Oh, well, see, this is an issue for him. He doesn't have a cancel. So Do you have to change his striker skill? What does he need? Paralyze? Yeah, Loki has that. That's fine, we'll bring Loki. So we can do the cancel with his striker skill, that's okay. Oh, is it shock? It's shock season. What am I doing? It's not paralyze. Does Loki have shock? He doesn't. And that guy doesn't either. She doesn't either. Does nobody have shock? Come on. Literally no one. Alright, we'll give him Miles. Miles has got a shock. Terrible. Knocking like 2 bars off his... We must be able to give him something better than Miles, can't we? He's tier 4, but it's the wrong typing. But there's no one with the right typing that's got shock. Get the feeling this guy is not designed for AB. Oh, fine, we will just use Miles then. It's tier 4, so what more do you want? Universal Male, Thanos, Ghost Panther, Ronan. We'll get the cancels at least. The fact that he doesn't have any cancels on his skill is actually a very valid part of the comparison because it shows that he's not designed for AB. Try and not fail that this time. 3 into the 5 into the 4. Bada boom, bada boom. At least we avoid the dash, which the other Thanos didn't do. So, I mean, all these little bits of RNG and stuff do make a difference to the final score. And actually, he's not scoring as badly as I expected. He's doing alright. We didn't keep the tier 4 skill up. Dumb. So I didn't get a cancel. Let's try again with the cancel. Piles of damage. Look at the state of the screen. Can you believe I've got the graphics on low and it still looks like this? Get your skills off cooldown. I need my striker back before he goes into this. Oh, nice easy cancel with Miles. Shock is always a good look for a guy who does mainly electric damage. That's fine. He is scoring so badly. This is awful. He's on like 400,000. Come on, man. You need to be on like 2.5 million at this point. Nah, he's really not the one. Yeah. He's probably going to score like 2.4 million for the whole thing. So actually kind of the same, honestly. It's not like the world's most impressive run, is it? Probably better keep the Miles striker up, actually, because he's just about to do his thing, isn't he? So waste a bit of damage there by not... Oh, did he not collect that? Come on. So we're on 1.3. It's really bad. It's such a bad score. But I don't expect my Thanos ever to score well here because he has basically the wrong build. A regen is not going to score well in ABL. I don't care how tanky you are or how many OBs you have. A regen is not the one. But he's doing okay. You know, for a PvP character, he's doing okay. He's going to do like 2 million. Sort of not the worst timing on the Odin's Might as well. Probably get a second tier 4 rotation in, so that's okay. Oh, bizarrely, he might actually end up doing better than Farmos, even though he's clearly not as good. No, it's slightly lower. Very slightly lower. I don't think we need to do multiple runs to see where he can push to. He's hitting 2 million, you know what I mean? It's not the way, basically. So I think that's a bit of solid Thanos testing, Thanos comparison. We've seen World Boss, we've seen AB, you know, we've seen Timeline, we've seen a bit of Otherworld. Yeah, they're both solid. I'm not going to really say one is better than the other. It really depends what you want them for. I have to say, in terms of making him more PvP, he doesn't have a revive, he doesn't have a 1%. These are still really major issues for him. I still don't really see him like chucking it with the very, very top meta because of that. On the other hand, we've seen that he isn't vulnerable to reflect from Surfer, really, so he can counter Surfer, even though he maybe doesn't counter actually Jean and like Maddie and guys that Surfer counters himself. But that's okay, use Surfer to counter those guys, use Thanos to counter Surfer. Yeah, just the lack of like a 1% artifact or anything kind of does make him yeah for PvP these days, really. But then again, he was never like top meta for PvE either, as tanky and as big as he was. He was never hitting like, you know, like Miles or Doc Strange or, you know, Magneto, even these kind of people. So I don't know. Personally, pick up one of them if you want to use Thanos. Do build Thanos, so do pick up one of them because Thanos is good. Like it's never ever gonna be a problem to have Thanos on your roster. He is just very very good, solid all round for everything. Rather than saying one uniform is better than the other, I honestly recommend just buying both. Like both have utility. If you don't really want to use him in any particular mode, don't buy them, I suppose. If you really only want to use him in AB, you need to put a rage on him because your build probably isn't as good as mine, and I'm still scoring like shit. So, he needs rage to even think about AB. He obviously can do very, very high levels of world boss with my build, with a PvP build, but he's struggling somewhat at like, you know, very high levels. If you're pushing world boss with him, yeah, get the farmer uniform. If you want to use him in AB, get the farmer uniform. If you're planning to or already using him in AC and Otherworld, obviously get the Old King. But neither of these uniforms replaces the other. Neither of them is better than the other. I personally recommend getting both. You know, like given unlimited crystals and a desire to max out your roster, get both. It's not that one is a skip or the other is a skip or that one replaces the other. Really, I think get both. Both are very good. You know, I'm not disappointed in anything I've seen today. He's just Thanos, you know. He's fine. He's got an absolutely solid place in this game, I think. You know. Get both uniforms. If you can afford it, get both. If you want to use him in a specific game mode, get Farmer for PvE, get Old Man for PvP. He's not necessarily your meta for them. Like, you don't have to get either of those. But I recommend having Thanos in your roster. If you're going to have Thanos in your roster, get both so that he can dominate in both PvP and PvE. But even if you choose Farmos, he'll dominate in PvP. Even if you choose Old Man, he'll dominate in PvE. You know, give him a rage for PvE. Give him a regen for PvP. That could equally be what I could say doesn't really even matter the uniform. He's just good all round. I have no complaints here. I have no disappointment in anything I've seen today. I'm happy I bought the uniform. I'm happy I bought Farmer. I'm happy I've got both. Recommend you get both too. That's all. Hope that was helpful to some people. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye now.